I just said that on a recent video I made about an actress who, Large Mars from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I said, like, it's just a simple plot where she's buried. I said, but we forget, like people have this opinion of Hollywood people and Hollywood celebrities, like they're so. A lot of people, when they see the final recipe of somebody, they're like, that can't be. Like they should be in a temple, in a mausoleum, like built for, a king or a queen. Like they don't believe some of them. And it's like there could be many reasons. First of all, they may not have as much money as you thought. Matthew Perry's a different story, of course. He was a very wealthy man, but that could be their wishes. More than likely, that's their wishes. Buried. I want to be buried this cemetery. I want to be buried, and also simple plot, just my name, or maybe the birthday and death date, or the family could have made that decision. They don't want, or the family builds a giant. Like some celebrities have giant memorials. You never know. You never know what you. And that's I like to when I know where the grave is. I like to be surprised when I go. I don't know what it looks like unless I have to know to find it. Otherwise, I'll have a pin to it or directions, and I'll just search because I like to be surprised to see what their grave looks like.
And most of these are most of the sites that you're going to that are pretty public cemeteries.
Oh yeah, they're all public. They're all public. I mean, there's a few, and that's another thing people can't believe that they're buried in public cemeteries. It's like, well, where do you think they're going to be buried? Like on an island somewhere? Like, like of course they're going to be buried in. And I am very respectful when I go because that's a person that's passed away you're talking about, and then there's other people surrounding them that you want to be respectful of. Forest Lawn, Glendale is very heavily secure security at that cemetery. That's where Michael Jackson is, Elizabeth Taylor, and I'm the only person that ever got it to film in three different areas. 2 areas outside, which is where Sammy Davis Jr. is, Sam Cooke, like some amazing people that I never thought I'd get to see their grave and get to go to. There's so many. There's in that area. And then twice I've been into the Great Mausoleum to see Michael Jackson's casket, which is literally impossible. And they were standing there in front of Michael Jackson's crypt. Like that was one of the biggest.
So is he entombed there, or was he cremated?
No, he's entombed there.
He's there.
And whenever a celebrity on that level dies, I don't know how many percent of people believe that A, he's not there, or B, he's not dead.
Right.
It's like that whole thing. But like, it's just a big, like for doing graves, Michael Jackson is probably the biggest, second to maybe Princess Diana.
Is that grave protected 24 hours? Is there?
Oh yeah, there's cameras,
security,
right, like that. So they saw me filming.
Tell me if you agree with this. As far as what you're talking about, the haunting feeling of walking around seeing celebrities. Have you been to Hollywood Forever?
Hollywood Forever Cemetery on
the cemetery.
Santa Monica.
Hollywood Forever is on Santa Monica Boulevard. You can't throw a rock in that place without seeing somebody that was like hugely important, and you're just like standing there around all these ghosts of Hollywood. Like,
yeah, it's a big. I mean, the thing about Hollywood Forever, though, sorry to interrupt, is it's also a tourist attraction now too.
It's become one.
So it doesn't. There's not an eerie feeling to me walking around there. There's an eerie where Matthew Perry is outdoors. If there's nobody out there that day, it's just at Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills, dead silent on the hill in Hollywood, and there's an eeriness.
You're
there.
Actually with the ghost, the spirit. Yeah,
and then lots like Aretha Franklin, where she's buried at in Detroit in the mausoleum at Woodlawn Cemetery. She's buried in the basement down below. You got to walk down these hallways. I'm there by myself, and it's dark, and it's.
You ever get a sense of? Have you guys ever witnessed anything paranormal or anything like that? Or feeling a feeling of it, or is it just kind of mental?
No, I've had more like I mean I'm very skeptical of things like that, but I haven't had many things like that. I've had more experiences where things have hit me harder than I thought they would. Like especially when
just in the heartstrings.
Yeah, when it comes to certain celebrities, when I'm like, wow, there they are. Or then true crime victims, of course, I do a lot of true crime. So that hits me.
That stuff is fascinating to watch. I mean. There's an audience, and I don't want to sound cold about that. It's interesting, because you watch these stories and you're like, of course you think about the victims, but then you think about the perpetrators. You're like, how can anybody be so evil?
I should also add that another reason why I do true crime is because when you see a documentary like produced by, let's say, Discovery Channel or something about a true crime, or you see it on the nightly news, they'll show you a quick static shot of the house or the crime scene, and then they're on to the next. They're on to a talking head. I'm always like, I want to see more of that. I always want to. So when you see my videos, I linger
that
on
part-
the location. I will walk around it. I want you
Yeah.
to see where they happen because I want to see. So there is that voyeuristic aspect that I have where I'm just like, they're not showing enough in other documentaries or on the nightly news or CNN or wherever you watch your, you know, I want to see. So I'll go right around and show. And those are some of the worst ones I have to film because if people live in those houses or the neighbors, I've gotten yelled at by a few different people. You know, what are you doing? You know exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly why I'm filming that house.
I do videos that are just very check your brain at the door, filming locations, nerd videos, sightseeing videos. It takes a gear that I don't have, that I can say that Scott and our buddy Big Bake has, where they cover true crime in a way where it's better than any news coverage you'll see. Like Scott crushes it, but he has that gear where he can just flip the gear and go from filming locations of some wild movie that we all love in life, and then he switches that gear to pay the ultimate respect to somebody who's passed away. And it's part of our hobby, but there's only a couple people who really can pull it off, and Scott's one of them.
Thank you.
And that's not just me and him being friends. I told him that early on in one of our first conversations. I'm like, because one of his first videos I saw was the Dahmer story before the Netflix series.
Oh, yeah, way before.
And he knew, I learned more watching his video than I ever did in any of the news clips. So this hobby is complex in the way is like, not everything is the Sandlot where you just go and be like, everybody, the kids played baseball here. That's where the fat kid rounded third, whatever. To go from that to O.J. Simpson horrific double murder is a gear that very few people have. A lot of people try it. A lot of people try the true crime stuff, but only a few people can pull it off.